Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you've been having a great week and that you've got a cracking weekend to look forward to. You may or may not have noticed, probably the latter, that I've been a little bit less active on LinkedIn for the last couple of days. And I want to talk about that because it's quite a good subject matter. So, the reason I've been a little bit less active, and just in general actually this week, is because over the weekend and early this week I was starting to experience some signs and symptoms of overdoing it, basically. And I realised, having experienced burnout in the past a long time ago, that this was a sign I needed to not ignore and just dial down the activity a bit. I've been to a couple of networking events and taken some calls and things like that, but I've not physically been sat at my desk doing stuff like I have been for the last few weeks. I've been working really, really hard. The networking events I've been to, by the way, are Disrupt HR in Salford and LinkedIn Local in Warrington, which were fantastic. So if you're interested in those, then definitely get involved. So this week dialed things down, and I thought, do you know what, I need to listen to my body. I need to just chill out a little bit. And there are a lot of viruses and bugs going around at the moment. Last thing I need right now is to contract one of those. Is contract the right word? Sounds a bit extreme, doesn't it? Anyway, so last thing I need is a bug. So I thought, right, I'm going to have to listen. Now, as a lot of you will know, relaxing or telling yourself to relax is much easier said than done. I particularly find it difficult because now, in the world of self-employment, I am probably a little bit obsessive, and 24/7 I am thinking about my business and how to build it, what to do next, what marketing strategies I need, all these kinds of things. So even if I'm not sat at my desk doing stuff, I'm thinking about it, even in my sleep. And that's not always a healthy thing. And some of you with, in permanent roles will also have this feeling, whether it's that you've got a level of responsibility authority-wise, or that people are depending on you. It's not always easy to step back from that and say, actually, I need to just be a little bit selfish for a while to get back to my old self. And that's exactly what I've done this week. It really hasn't been easy though. And there was a conversation in a group that I belong to, where a lady who I will not name in case I'm breaking confidence, but she had an event cancelled that she was running, and she was talking to us in this group about how she was going to try and take a day off, but actually she was finding that quite difficult to do so. And a number of us said that we feel guilty sometimes trying to take time off, and that's not really sensible, is it? And I had a couple of light bulb moments during those conversations, and one of the light bulb moments was when somebody said, well, hang on a minute, what's the point in being self-employed if you can't enjoy the benefits of it? Some of those benefits are you can take time off without asking the boss. You can sometimes not work when other people are working. You can really just make your own decisions. And that's something that I love about being self-employed. I talk about it a lot. So I thought, well, hang on a minute, I need to actually, do this. And the other light bulb moment was, I preach this stuff all the time. I'm always training people from a well-being perspective that staying resilient has to have its roots in having high well-being, having the right mindset, getting balance, and so on. And if you don't do that, then you're gonna, at some point your body's gonna have an issue with that. So I thought, right, well, if I preach this all the time, I need to flipping well practice it, don't I? So I have done. But it's not been easy. It is not, I know I keep saying it. It's not been easy to just switch off my brain. I can switch off the activity, but to switch off my brain is a whole other thing. But it's so important that you do so, because I don't care what anybody says. You cannot work 12 hours a day every day and expect to deliver the same high level of, high quality level of output as you would if you're working a normal length of a day. I know every now and again we need to work a bit, a bit more than we perhaps normally would to get something done, or there might be an emergency or whatever. But you can't maintain 12 hours a day or 10 hours a day every single day, and nor should you, because life has got so much more to offer than work, So it's important to do it to protect yourself, but also because if you are not well mentally, healthy of body, healthy of mind, healthy of spirit, how on earth are you going to be able to deliver the service you need to deliver to your team members, to your customers, to those people that rely on you? It's so important to deliver a service that to be in the right head space, to be healthy and strong and all of those things. So that's really something to consider. And if you're in that spiral of crazy work ethic, and the balance is shifted, then it's not always easy to get out of that, but it's important that you take steps to do so. So I've dialed back this week. I will be back to my strong self next week, and I'll be honest again. However, I just wanted to also touch on a point that I raised last week. So I posted something last week about vulnerability, and I got some really great input from people and some really fantastic comments. I think a couple of people may have panicked slightly because maybe they thought I was about to offer up some, tales of woe, or spill out my whole life story and make people feel a little bit weird about that, but I wasn't. And nor was I trying to tell anybody that they needed to also show their vulnerability. But this is the kind of vulnerability I was talking about. To be able to say, guess what, I'm a human being, I'm fallible, at times I'm vulnerable, I am not a machine, I need, I've got physical things that need to happen for me to stay well and for me to stay able to do the blooming good job that I do. So that's what I was talking about when we we're having those vulnerability conversations, and it's okay to be human. And I suppose the key message here is look after yourselves. If you need to take time out, you blooming well do it, because otherwise it's all going to unravel at some point. There's a difference between resilience and endurance, and I talk about that a lot. It's a huge difference. And you've got to stay in your resilience zone, and you can't do that unless you're well. Anyway, I think I've got my message over. I'm going to go enjoy my weekend. It's my mum's birthday today, so I'm going to go spend some time with her. I've spent some time with this, believe it or not, oh yeah, look, it's got a head. This is my dog. He's just had a bath. He's not happy with me. Oh gosh, look at that light. That's awful. Anyway, have a good weekend, and I'll stop blathering now and see you all soon. Bye.